Who are we sewing for again? The orphans? The missionaries? Oh, the orphans. I hope they don't mind my crooked stitches. Fred and I donate so much to the rectory, you'd think I'd be able to forego this event. She's far too pretty to be a clergyman's wife. But I suppose that's what happens when you have no known relations. If my daughter had to wear this, she would never be able to find a husband. Dash it all. Joan, could you crack this stitch for me? Mrs. Miller over there keeps glaring at me and feels like God himself is scrutinizing my work. For a husband who's supposed to work in the church, they certainly do have quite expensive curtains. It's a bit distasteful, don't you think? Do the orphans really need us to sew their clothes? Can't we donate ready-made clothes instead? The way Mrs. Lawrence gloats is abhorrent. Yes, darling, you're pregnant. You're not the Virgin Mary. For God's sake, I might just take this home and have Harriet do it up for me. Miss Weaver's here. She looks awfully jolly for somebody who was jilted last week. No matter how pretty she looks, I'll never make up for that dreadful temper. Lydia told me that Lord Berkeley has been calling on Miss Brooke. Yes, the school teacher. Can you imagine? She must simply be pinching herself. Oh, this dreadful stitching. Thank goodness Fred married me for my money and not my dreadful sewing skills. You simply must wear red more often, my dear. Most redheads can't pull off that color, but you look simply stunning. Mrs. Harold thinks it brings out the rosiness in her complexion, but instead it brings out that rash she always has. Hello, darling. How lovely to see you here. Her husband got promoted in the cavalry, but by the way she prances around, do you think he got promoted to the King of England? Thank you so much for your help, my dear. I must go home and tell Harriet to make up the children's rooms. Yes, they're coming home for the Christmas holidays, unfortunately. I sent them to boarding school for a reason. Must they come home so often? The way Mrs. Lawrence gloats